Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So ADA continues to push lower here, and it did invalidate the upside setup, the immediate upside in the previous scenario that I showed you. But remember what I had told you in the previous video, that the upside, I'm not very confident about the upside setup. So good that that warning hopefully was useful, not without reason. The support box that we had on the chart was only in orange, which indicates higher risk. Now it's coming down. It's basically broken below the last low here of the 13th of February. And we still have a possible upside setup, but it's obviously getting challenged now. And first of all, let's take a look at this one. This is the expectation. Obviously, the expectation has been and still is that we head eventually into this area between 32.6 and 27.6 cents. The question is just, do we go there straight away? Or do we make a diversion to the upside before coming down? Now, the last really key support for me before heading into this support area is this green box. And this is the 38.2 fib level. Now, I would still not rule out that we get a bounce from here. Then, of course, in a different scenario. But for now, it doesn't really look like it, because it doesn't make the impression of getting a bounce here. We tried that here. Failed. So first of all, let's zoom in. What's the count actually first? Let's first look at the count, then we zoom in. So the count is still 5 waves up into February. Then we came down in an A wave, moved up in a B wave, and now come down in a C wave. I see that as a very, very likely option, especially with now going below the A wave low, which was here at 34.5 cents on the 13th of February. Based on this, with 5 waves down, we have 5 waves down now in the C wave. But let's now take a look at the lower level price action, and let's take a look at where do we put this wave 4 actually. So I have to count the move down here off this high that occurred on the 15th of February as a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, all in. And now is the wave 4 in as well? Yes. But how would we count the sub wave structure? So I thought about this really. How do I count this in the most reliable way? And it is a bit messy, I have to admit. But for me, the best way of counting this is in that I count the move to the upside here as an A wave, the move down as a B wave. So it's basically a running triangle, which means the B wave makes a new price extreme below the beginning of the wave A. The move up in a C wave, we came down in a D wave, which, let me see, where did I have that? Yeah, that would need to sit probably here, and then the E wave here. This is sort of for me the most likely, or the best way of counting it. Other possibilities, surely, you can talk about other possibilities, but then I get a problem here with this move down, because this move down is clearly corrective. So I don't want to count that as like the wave 1 of the wave 5, unless the wave 5 unfolds now as a diagonal pattern. But this really is not so important, but I would place the wave 4 high where I had it, where I showed you, which will give us a possibility to calculate targets now on the way down. Now, first of all, we need to understand there is still a chance here for upside if we hold now here the 34.5 cent level. Called out this key support level before. But if we break below this one, and we're about to break it, but for now hold it, But if we break below this, I think we head down quite quickly to 32.6 cents. But the support isn't lost yet. But it will be shortly if we don't see a bounce from here and a break above the trend line. Break above the trend line would be a first indication the trend is reversing. And the rally above the wave 4 high, which I have here at 36.2 cents, would be the next indication, and then above the recent significant swing high of 37 cents, an even better indication. We have 5 waves down, as you can see, but the 5th wave targets haven't been met yet. So if you measure the length of waves 1 to 3, and we add it to the wave 4 high, then you get the very first target for a 5th wave at 33.5 cents. So I would be watching for a bounce here possibly, but it's only the very first target. More targets are the 61.8 extension at 31.8 cents, This is in our support area, and then the 1-to-1 ratio at 29.2 cents. These are the levels I'd be watching within the support area as well, yeah. Plus the Fibonacci retracements, obviously, at 32.6, 30.6, and 27.6. So, but in this particular scenario, I don't think we get all the way down. Yeah, this would be a bit out of proportion. Never say never, but it would be. Yeah, and key and primary scenario would be to follow through here and head down. But we need to be open to the idea that something else could still be unfolding. That is sort of another scenario we talked about before, which would be the scenario that we came down, yeah, in an A wave. Let me think. B wave, C wave, basically in this count, yeah. But that this will only be a larger A wave. Let me think. Yeah, that this is only the larger A wave, then we move up and then come down. But this doesn't differ so much anymore from this particular scenario I have on the screen. So I won't really focus on that too much. It would just mean, okay, maybe this is an ABC of a larger corrective pattern. We then come up and then come down. But either way, from somewhere in this region here, we have to expect a bounce. And ideally, I would still look at this to come down lower. Yeah. Obviously, last chance here of support really now is to hold. This is a key support level at which we are hovering. But if we break below 34.5, then we come down most likely to the next fib level. But I would already pay some attention to 33.5 cents. Either way, this should be fairly, looking at the subwave structure, looking at, that we're now heading into the area where we've got the first target for a fifth wave. We've got the 50% fib level quite close now, and then we've got the 61.8 extension here. I mean, most of that distance has been traveled, probably. Okay, most of that distance has been traveled, and therefore we considered already a trend reversal here, not with high likelihood. Yeah, that's why I had the support area as orange, but that failed. Now we've got one more here, which is an important support, structural support as well. But if we lose that, I mean, here is more support directly on the way. Yeah, so most of that distance has been traveled. So maybe we're like 80% there. Okay, so yeah, we're getting into interesting territory, and I will keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.